Another date with your inspirational Tuesday host, Kagoto Tech Girl. As the year almost comes to an end, I'm sure everybody is wondering, so what next in my career? But the question of the day is, what kind of a career progression do you have? Remember, your career journey isn't always a straight line. Sometimes it's about exploring different paths. Let's dive into a few examples, starting with my vertical progression at Tuskys. I moved on to a lateral shift to KBC, followed by a diagonal move from IRC to Christian Aid, and finally a horizontal progression, and that's where I am today. Each step is unique, and every path can lead to growth and new opportunities. My vertical progression. This is the classic standard of corporate climbing the ladder, where you move up in a current field. And this, my experience, is beautifully explained in Tuskys. I moved into Tuskys as an intern, was promoted as an ICT officer, and by the time I was leaving, I was leading the IT team at the then Tusker matrices. Then I headed on for a lateral move. Things were getting very hot in there, and there was no area for me for growth. So I did a move from the retail industry to the broadcasting industry, yeah? In fact, went down from leading the team. But for me, it was a time for me to explore different environments and different industries without necessarily moving up. But I needed a fresh breath, fresh insights, and expanding my network. So I went into KBC as a management trainee and later was there as a system admin within KBC. Then my journey continues and I went on to my diagonal progression. And my diagonal progression was a leveling up. I had been a system admin at KBC. I had come to World Vision and been an ICT customer support, but also as a system admin at country level, but at a hub level. I was done with being at the server and I needed something else. I remember telling my peers, I'm just tired of being in the server. I need something else. And that's how it happened. I moved from international rescue to Christian Aid, from being a system administrator running a global infrastructure to being international ICT operations manager. One of a kind then. And then to my last one, which is horizontal progression. And that is where I have been. So within the almost 6 years that I have been here at Christian Aid, I have had different roles. One, as I said, I joined as the International ICT Operations Manager. Then at some point, there was a restructure and I became an International ICT Business Partner, which has a lot of talking and building relationship with people, building the relationship both internally across functions, but also with other external parties so that you're able to work with strategic partners to help Christian Aid realize its goals. But at the same time, if I see and compare what my experience was as an international ICT operations manager, the ICT operational manager was more just ensuring the ICT operations are running at a global level in Africa, Asia, Middle East, Latin America, and Caribbean. But I think at that point also managing a very diverse team in various regions, which really helped, of course, build up my skills. But the additional level of building relationships and trying to negotiate and look out for what are the problems that the organization is going through and how can technology be able to help that. But I think also digital development and how are we using technology within our program. But I think also during this period is when I've also become a board of director at the NetHope, so which has also expanded my role as just being an IT person, but also uh, adding my voice and my values and my experience to building a community that I hold so dear to my heart, that has built me as a person and has transitioned me into the great leader I am today, the NetHope community. I'm happy to be serving at that level, and of course also serving at other various boards. This has given me very, very, very different kind of skills and eyes and experience that I would not have traditionally gotten if maybe I was promoted on a vertical level. Remember, your career journey is very, very unique. It doesn't have to be a straight line. Embrace the twists and turns. It's the joy, is what builds you as a person. Until next time, I'm yours, Kagoto Tech Girl.